Refined men, what's going on? I'm welcoming you to one more video on the dating side of things. We did a video named the 3 kinds of ladies that you need to abstain from dating. Indeed, in the present video, we have 3 more for you. How about we make a plunge directly into it, so we can get down this dark hole rapidly. The first, I will call them the party animals and the moving sovereigns. These are the ladies that are generally out, going clubbing and celebrating in salsa endlessly, hitting the dance floor with their sweethearts on a predictable premise. I'm not discussing the ones that go out for someone's birthday like clockwork or something. I'm discussing consistently. They're out with their girlfriends, moving on tables or getting fellows. A great deal of them will excuse and simply say, "Gracious, it's what we like to do. It's good times." That is fine, I get, yet the reality of the situation is the point at which you break down what going out and clubbing is about. We should make it a stride back. Contemplate what ladies go through to prepare to go out. They generally whine the folks are canines and liars, and something like this, yet the reality of the situation is no one's a greater liar than a lady. They're not so tall as is commonly said they are. They're not quite so lovely as is commonly said they are. They're wearing a great deal of cosmetics. Their hair isn't as gorgeous or colored or blonde. It's frequently being shaded. Their chests aren't quite as large as is commonly said. They are on the grounds that they're wearing a push-up bra, or they've had their chests done, and when you get the fatties, they're most likely wearing Spanx. So they go through a lot of work to attempt to look alluring, and it's not alluring for anything over the exact inverse gender. They are not showing improvement over their girlfriends or anything, despite the fact that some could persuade you to think that. The reality of the situation is they're doing it since they're searching for consideration. These party animals, these ladies that go out on a regular premise doing that, are something you need to attempt to keep away from. It's anything but a get-together. You will hit the dance floor with the other gender. A dance is a mating custom, since forever ago, over the course of time in crude societies. Even in this day and age, if you went to the Amazon, or on the other hand, in the event that you went to someplace in Africa, they use dancing as a mating custom. Exactly the same thing in the clubs and the bars or salsa moving, particularly salsa moving. It's exceptionally sexual sort of dancing. These are such ladies you need to stay away from. I could share numerous accounts. I really know one lady specifically who had a youngster with another person who had her sweetheart/spouse watch the youngster while she went out moving and was pregnant with his child. These ladies simply don't use sound judgment. They're a little thick in the head. Attempt to keep away from them if possible. The second lady that you need to stay away from is the one that has an absence of monetary insight. They simply haven't worked their cash out straight. They're continually underwater. Charge authorities are calling them. They never have cash for anything. You're continuously paying for everything. They can never take care of the check. It is simply monetarily desperate. I realize that a few people will exchange searches for monetary status, particularly more seasoned folks that have themselves laid out and they have cash. They wouldn't fret exchanging that for a more youthful, prettier young lady. That is fine. If that is the thing you need to do, I get it, no issue. However, assuming that you're around a similar age gathering and you're dating, you need to avoid these ladies that are poor as a joke. You don't have to child them. You don't have to safeguard them. You unquestionably don't have to protect them. They're an adult grown-up. Let them carry on like an adult grown-up. If you're ending up getting them garments, taking care of their bills, paying the lease, you're a sucker. I'm not to call it as is it. I call the spade a spade and I highlight current realities. You're a blockhead. Quit doing that. Try not to stand by. Don't date ladies like that. The third ladies that I will suggest that you avoid are the envious sorts. They are a bad dream, an outright bad dream. I recall in my 20s I was living with this young lady. I was dating her for some time and I don't actually have the foggiest idea where to begin. It wouldn't be unprecedented for her to move toward me with a receipt from a cafe, from a steakhouse that was in my change plate, from a Thursday lunch that I've been at, and she'd check out and be like, "Well, there's a steak and there's a serving of mixed greens, so you went out on the town with a young lady, and I, in a real sense, need to clear up for myself." Although I was on an enlisting seat, and yes, I was out with a lady that we were keen on enrolling for my employer at that point. She eats a serving of mixed greens. I don't have to explain myself or make sense of what I'm accomplishing on work time. It is that. You really want to stay out of other people's affairs and avoid my business or my work issues. Any lady that is envious or has envy issues will be a bad dream for you. She will attack your protection. She'll go through your messages. She'll go through your confidential possessions. In reality, the same lady went through my stroll and wardrobe once and at the rear of the storeroom. Entertaining, I'm recollecting this now, since it was such a place of pressure in my life. I had a few boxes, and in one of the containers was a few photos that had like, when you're more youthful you kept photos, the printed kind. This is before computerized JPEGs and stuff like this. I will date myself clearly in light of the fact that I'm 42 yet. This is where you would really go to the photograph man and have your film created and printed up. She tracked down photos which incorporated some from an ex, and she goes, "Gracious, I tracked down your altar from Kelly." These ladies are energy vampires. They will suck you dry of your energy and your respect, continuously making sense of for her. On the off chance that she was a brunette, and she tracked down a light hair in my vehicle, again I'm held out to account for myself. I work with individuals, and at times ladies get in my vehicle when we need to go spots to a gathering or to lunch, or, on the other hand, if we're engaging a client or something to that effect. It's the idea of being utilized and communicating with individuals socially. These desirous kinds maintain that you should be a loner and live heavily influenced by their thumb. Stay away from them, no matter what honorable men. That is 3 additional kinds of ladies that I'd suggest staying away from. I'd very much want to hear from you. Leave a remark beneath and let me in on your thought process. I could have missed something. Gratitude for looking at this video. Offer the video a go-ahead assuming that you loved it. Assuming that there's someone that requirements to see this, kindly share with them. We'll converse with you all later. Harmony.